Hi friends, good morning. This is Dr. P. Munswamy, Professor, Department of EC. Today we are going to discuss the DSBSC demodulation techniques. So that is the double sideband suppressor carrier demodulation techniques. So in the last class we discussed about the DSBSC generation techniques. How we are going to generate the DSBSC double sideband suppressor carrier. So the name itself indicates here we are going to suppress the carrier signal and transmit the only two sidebands, that is upper sideband, lower sideband. So that name is double sideband suppressor carrier. We have seen that the generation techniques. Now you can discuss the DSBSO demodulation techniques. So you know that what is the need of the demodulation means after generation the signal is transmitted, that is modulated wave is transmitted, that can be received by the receiver. By the operation of the demodulation, you can retrieve the original signal which is transmitted at the transmitter side. So that is the DSBSC wave demodulation technique. So already you know that. So they are coming to the spectrum of the DSBSC wave. So these are the two sidebands. So with the carrier signal, this is the lower sideband, this is the upper sideband. And coming to the second diagram, so is dotted line gives the suppression of the carrier signal. How we are going to suppress the carrier signal and transmit the only two sideband, lower sideband and upper sideband. So this is the spectrum of the DSBSC modulated wave. So from this modulated wave, DSBSC wave, we have to retrieve the original signal of the modulating signal. So that is the main function, main points we are going to discuss in this class, that is the DSB demodulation techniques. So you know that what is the mathematical expression for the DSBSC wave. So with the help of this mathematical expression, we have to retrieve the original signal of M of t. So M of t is our original modulating signal. So where we are going to transmit the information signal. So that is M of t AM into cos 2 pi FMT. This is our original modulating signal. Whereas C of t is the carrier signal. C of t equal to AC into cos 2 pi FCT. By the product of both signals, so by the generation techniques, so this DSB modulated wave, nothing but it is a product of the both modulating signal as well as the carrier signal. So that is modulated wave is given by S of t, and product of both M of t and C of t will gives the or modulated wave of DSBSC wave. So S of t equal to AMAC cos 2 pi FMT cos 2 pi FCT. This is a product signal. So from this modulated wave, we have to retrieve our original modulating signal M of t by the operation of the demodulation techniques. So that is the main discussion in this class. So for getting what is the modulated wave of the DSBSC wave, how it will be, you can see now. Then we can go for the actual demodulation techniques. So there are two methods are there for DSBSC wave demodulation techniques. One is the coherent detector, another one is called Costas loop. So with the help of these two techniques, you have to retrieve the original signal M of t by the modulated wave of S of t, that is DSBSC wave, which is a product of the modulating signal M of t and carrier signal C of t. So overall S of t equal to C of t into M of t, you know that. So this is our standard signal of modulated wave, DSBSC wave. It will be equal to carrier signal into modulating signal M of t. So these are the products. Modulated wave. From this modulated wave, you have to retrieve the original signal of M of t only. So we'll see the one by one coherent detector and Costas loop function, and what is the procedure, how we are going to retrieve the original signal of M of t. So this is the diagram of the coherent detector. So by this diagram, so there are three basic elements. One is the product modulator. This is the product modulator. Second one is the local oscillator, and third one is low pass filter. So these are the three basic elements, these basic components are blacks which can retrieve the original signal M of t after the low pass filtering operation. So by seeing the input of this diagram, coherent detector. So why it is a coherent means? Coherence means in synchronization. So here the input signal received is S of t, which is a DSBSC wave. Input signal received is DSBSC wave, that is a double sideband suppressed carrier modulated wave which is given by S of t. So after the modulation generation, that modulated wave DSBC wave is transmitted through the wire wireless. At the receiver side, you have to receive that input signal. So that is the coming to the three basic elements: transmitter, channel, and the receiver. So transmitter side, we are transmitted the modulated wave. So that is carried by the channel, and then receiver side, you have to receive the modulated wave, transmitted wave, which is the output for the transmitter, is received by the receiver RX. So RX stands for receiver, TX stands for transmitter. So the received signal modulated wave S of T. So it is a DSP, double sideband suppressed carrier. So while transmitting the only two sidebands, upper sideband as well as the lower sideband, we are suppressing carrier signal. That is the DSBC wave. So coming to the retrieving original signal regeneration at the receiver side, you have to generate the carrier frequency which is transmitted at the transmit side. So while generating the modulated wave, we are using the both carrier as well as the modulating signal. So you have to mention what is the frequency, what is the phase of the carrier signal which is used for generation of the DSBC wave. So after while transmitting we are suppressing carrier signal and transmitting only two sidebands. So that you have to arrange the local oscillator which can generate our carrier signal which is used at the transmit side. So that purpose we are arranging the local oscillator at the receiver side. The purpose of the local oscillator is which can generate the carrier signal in phase to the frequency as well as the phase, the signal, carrier signal which is used at the transmit side. So whereas coming to the arrangement of the local oscillator, we are unable to generate exact carrier frequency by the local oscillator. So that we are getting the C of t equal to AC cos 2 pi FCT F of pi. So whereas we are using the at the transmit side, the carrier signal is only AC cos 2 pi FCT. So that is we are getting the magnitude signal AC cos 2 pi FCT only. So there is some error. We are unable to because of the arrangement of the local oscillator. So local oscillator, I think it is combination of the capacitor, inductors and resistor combination circuit. So due to the temperature effect internally of the circuit or tolerance values of the capacitor and inductors, we are unable to generate the exact frequency of the carrier by using the local oscillator. So that we are getting the AC cos 2 pi FCT plus pi. So pi is some difference between the originally used carrier signal C of t at transmit side, whereas generated by the local oscillator is difference. So that is because of the problem with the tolerance of the electrical components, resistor, inductor, capacitors. So our temperature effect from the outside or internal circuit. So we are unable to generate the exact carrier frequency C of t equal to AC into cos 2 pi FCT plus pi only we are getting. So the function of the product modulator. So what is the meaning of the product? Which can take the multiplication of the given two inputs. That is the multiplier, product. So product nothing but it is product of the two quantities. So that we are getting the output of the product modulator V of t is product of the both input signal. That is S of t and C of t. Product of the input signal S of t and C of t. So that is we are getting the V of t equal to the input signal applied for the product modulator is received modulated wave S of t and carrier signal C of t. So this product is given by the V of t. So from this V of t, our aim is how to retrieve the original signal of modulating signal. So it is a low frequency components, audio signal frequency range. So that is available from the 20 Hz to 20 kHz only. So by using the low pass filter, so the combination of the V of t nothing but combination of both high frequency as well as the low frequency components. We'll see the mathematical derivation next. So with the help of the low pass filter, we have to, what is the function of what is the maximum use of the low pass filter, which can allow the only low frequency components and rejects the high frequency components. So V of t nothing but it is a combination of both high frequency as well as the low frequency components. So these high frequency components can be eliminated by the low pass filter and allows the only low frequency components. Finally, the output of the low pass filter is given by V naught of t, which is our demodulated wave, which is our original modulating signal V of t. So that is M of t we are getting. So this is the function of the blocks available in the coherent detector. So coherence means the frequency phase of the locally generated carrier signal should be in phase in frequency to the carrier signal which is used at the transmit side. So that it is a coherent detector. Then coming to the mathematical equation, so you know that the DSBSU, it is a product of both the M of t and carrier signal. AC cos 2 pi it is carrier signal and M of t is our modulating signal product. So once you have the product, so whereas coming to the local generated signal, carrier signal C of t is AC cos 2 pi t plus pi. So because of tolerance effect, temperature effect, we are unable to generate the exact carrier frequency. So that we are getting C of t equal to AC cos 2 pi plus pi. Pi is some difference variation of the frequency or phase. So the output of the product modulator is a product of both the received modulated wave S of t and carrier signal C of t, locally generated carrier signal. So V of t equal to product of the S of t and C of t. So the name itself indicates it is a product modulator which can generate the product of the given inputs. Input signals are S of t, which is the modulated wave of DSB, SC. Another one is the locally generated carrier signal C of t, that is C of t equal to AC cos 2 pi t plus pi. This is. So once you have the product of these two signals as the V of t. So the output of this VA product modulator, we are getting the V of t here. So we are getting the product of these two, S of t and C of t. So now we'll get the expansion of the signal. So by substituting the carrier signal as well as the received modulated wave, so we'll get the V of t equal to AC cos 2 pi t. This is S of t signal, and AC cos 2 pi t plus pi is a locally generated carrier signal. So by taking the product of this and taking the product of these two inputs and separation of the high frequency, low frequency components, so we'll get the finally this one, AC square cos 4 pi t plus pi and plus cos pi into M of t. So by taking the cos A plus B formula, we will get the AC square by 2 cos pi M of t, this one term. Another term is AC square by 2 cos 4 pi t plus pi into M of t. So from this, so by the arrangement of the low pass filter, which can allows the only low frequency components and rejects the high frequency components. So by comparing these two terms, we can have the AC square by 2 cos pi M of t. So M of t is our original modulating signal. AC square by 2 cos pi is our another component. So whereas coming to the second component, AC square by 2 cos 4 pi FCT plus pi into M of t. So this is the high frequency component. These high frequency components can be, so because why it is a high frequency means 4 times the FC value. So that it is a high frequency component. So these high frequency components can be filtered or rejected by the arrangement of the low pass filter at the last stage. So this is a diagram, you can see the diagram. Low pass filter function is which can eliminate the or reject the high frequency components. These are the second term is a high frequency component which can eliminate the high frequency components and allows the only low frequency. M of t is a low frequency. Our modulating signal is always available in the low frequency range, that is the RD frequency range, 20 Hz to 20 kHz. So the coming to after the passing of the low pass filter, we are going to get the V naught of t, AC square by 2 cos pi M of t. So this is our wanted signal of the original signal M of t. So here based on the variation of the pi value, so you can have the maximum input signal retrieving or regeneration of the maximum signal of M of t by the value of the pi, cos pi value. So cos pi, if pi equal to 0, we will get the cos 0, 1, we will get the AC square by 2 M of t complete signal can be retrieved. So based on the pi value, you can have the variation value of the modulating signal. If pi equal to 90, cos 90 will get the 0. So overall the signal will be 0. So this is the maintenance of the cos pi value equal to 0, you will get the maximum retrieving of the input signal, that is M of t. So this is based on that we can have the how we are going to retrieve the original signal of M of t, that is V naught of t is given by the final AC square by 2 cos pi m of t. If based on the variation of the value of the pi, we are going to retrieve the original signal m of t. So this is how we are going to retrieve how we are going to regenerate the modulating signal m of t with the help of the coherent detector of the DSP-SCP. So that means overall we are making the coherency between the carrier signal generated by the local oscillator and carrier signal used at the transmitter. So there is a minor difference of pi. So based on the pi value, you can fix it, you can regenerate the original maximum of modulating signal m of t. So that is V naught of t is equal to AC square by 2 cos pi m of t. So this is the function of procedure how you are going to retrieve the original signal m of t by the DSB demodulation technique of coherent detector. Then coming to the second one, so Costas loop. So why it is a loop means, so there is a feedback action, looping action. So input and then there is a feedback action here. So it is operating in a loop, looping operation is there. So that it is a Costas loop. So by seeing the diagram, by observation of the diagram, you can easily understood that it is a combination of the two coherent detector with the input signal variation of the 90 degrees phase shift. So you can see the coherent detector, it is combination of the input signal standard received input signal, that is DSP-SCP wave S of t. Another component is product modulator. The last one is the low pass filter. There is a local oscillator. These are the coherent detector components. You can see the diagram. So there is the arrangement of the two sets of the coherent detector with a phase difference of 90 degrees, both for the carrier signal as well as the input signal. Only carrier signal we are going to have the phase difference of 90 degrees. So input signal will be same. Only variation in generation of the carrier signal for the upper coherent detector and lower coherent detector. So this is you can say that it is an in-phase channel, I channel. You can make it as I channel. This is the quadrature phase, Q channel. So because with the help of the voltage control oscillator, there is a local oscillator which can generate our carrier signal. So the directly generated signal, carrier signal, cos 2 pi fct plus pi is directly given to the I channel, upper channel. Whereas coming to the same signal cos 2 pi fct plus pi is passing through the minus 90 degree phase shifter. So we are going to get the sin 2 pi fct. This is here we are going to have the sin 2 pi fct plus pi. So there is a difference of the minus 90 degree phase shifter. So that is the only difference in case of the Costas loop, which is arranged by the two coherent detectors. So only difference you have to observe that the carrier signal generated by the local oscillator is given directly to the I channel, upper channel, and it is passing through the minus 90 degree phase shifter. So we are getting the sin 2 pi fct plus pi. So this is our after shifting operation, we are going to have the carrier signal. So remaining component will be same. So product, low pass. So with this, there is additional component, we are going to have the phase discriminator. So based on the arrangement of the phase value discrimination, we can fix to the fixed value. So in case of this coherent detector, the output signal V naught of t is given by AC square by 2 cos pi m of t. So based on the pi value, so it is fixed to the maximum of or retrieving the maximum of modulating signal m of t. So whereas if pi equal to 0 will get the maximum signal, at same time sin 0 equals 0, so we are discriminating lower path 1. Quadrature channel, Q channel, output is 0. So that purpose always we have to maintain the pi value to the 0. Then only you can retrieve the maximum signal of the modulating signal m of t and discriminate or makes the 0 of Q channel output. Because there is the AC by 2 sin pi cos m of t. So pi value 0, sin pi 0 will get the overall become 0 only. So always we are going to get the output of the lower channel is 0 and get the maximum value of upper channel AC cos pi m of t. So we will get the AC by 2 m of t if pi equal to 0. So overall the combination of the Costas loop nothing but it is a combination of the two coherent detectors. So upper coherent detector, that is I channel. Lower one is a Q channel, it is a lower coherent detector. So difference is you have to observe that the carrier signal generated is carrier signal VCO, voltage control oscillator. So directly given to the I channel and passing through the minus 90 degrees. So we'll see how we are going to derive this AC by 2 cos pi m of t for the I channel and AC by 2 sin pi m of t is a lower channel in the mathematical expressions. So you know that S of t is nothing but it is a product of both input signal AC cos 2 pi f c m of t and C1 of t is the carrier signal 1 which is generated by local oscillator VCO. C1 of t equal to cos 2 pi f c t plus pi and C2 equal to, we'll get the product of the first one V1 of t nothing but S of t into C1 of t. So by taking the values of the what is S of t, what is C of t, C1 of t, we'll get the V1 of t equal to AC cos 2 pi FCT M of t cos 2 pi FCT plus pi. So generated directly to the I channel. So we'll get the output of this one by taking the cos A cos pi formula. We'll get the AC by 2 cos pi M of t, AC by 2 cos 4 pi FCT plus pi into M of t. There are two terms are there. So from the lower first term is our wanted term. And second term is a high frequency component. We are eliminating by the operation of the low pass filter LPF. So the purpose of the low pass filter is it can rejects the high frequency component and allows the only low frequency. We are getting the V naught of 1 equal to AC by cos 2 pi. Similar fashion you have to get the lower path also. Same. That is also same as that one we are getting the. So here cos 2 pi FCT plus pi minus 90 degree will get the sin 2 pi FCT plus pi. So V2 of t lower path channel, S of t C2 of t will get the same formula. This is also product of this one. Substitution of what is the S of t, what is the CT of t. Finally, we will get by the operation of this one lower frequency component and the higher frequency components. So by filtering high frequency components by the help of the low pass filter and allows the only low frequency components. So we will get the V naught of t equal to AC by 2 sin phi m of t. So always you have to maintain this pi value. So based on the maintenance of the pi value by the arrangement of discriminator, phase discriminator. So we can maintain the highest modulating signal retrieving, that is m of t, AC by 2, m of t only if pi equal to 0. So this is about the Costas loop. So both cases, so why? Because, so in case of the coherent detector, so there is no discriminator, phase discriminator, only difference component or element is phase discriminator. So which can discriminate in case of the Costas loop, where is no discrimination, automatic discrimination in case of the coherent detector. That is only difference. So that means by default, by looping operation, in case of the Costas loop, we have to maintain the pi value equal to 0. So then we can retrieve the original maximum modulating signal, that is the AC by 2 m of t only. So that is the main advantage, automatic action, automatic loop action in case of the Costas loop to maintain the pi value equal to 0. Whereas coming to the coherent detector, you have to maintain the pi value manually. So that is difference between the coherent and Costas loop. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.